Thanks, Graham. Now, social media was abuzz yesterday with some of South Africa's top style fashionistas and icons sporting the latest in designer face masks. Now, far more than a striking fashion statement, however, the eye-catching visuals dropped into our newsfeed aimed to spark an important conversation around our collective responsibility to protect the environment. And Tracy Lee Rosalind was one of the fashionistas and activists that teamed up with Budweiser to shine a spotlight on one of the greatest environmental challenges of our time. And it's a pleasure to have you here with us to chat to us about this. And there we can see some of the images already of some of the people that were involved. Very cool campaign, very important campaign. Why did you decide to be part of #ClearTheAir?
Well, firstly, as a South African entrepreneur and stylist, fashion is actually one of the biggest pollutants on earth. It's actually the second largest cause of gas emissions. So I found that it was very important that we actually start speaking about it, getting people to understand the importance of it, because a lot of people think that it's a China problem or it's an Asian problem, but it's a world problem. And we actually have a province that has some of the highest emissions on earth. So it's a South African problem. And the quicker we're going to react and be proactive, the faster we'll be able to sort the problem out.
Yeah, and of course, we all consume fashion in some way, shape or form, so we need to take collective responsibility.
It's so important to shop ethically and buy local, and which is why I find it so incredible that a brand like Budweiser can come to South Africa and not only focus on the environmental impact, but on the fact that, you know, I hate it when big brands come into South Africa and they just sell the product, because there's more that they can do. So Budweiser's coming in and they're actually installing solar panels in some of our taverns and places that sell Budweiser. And as an entrepreneur, for us to go green is exceptionally expensive. So for them to come in and help the entrepreneurs and business owners is something that I would also seriously get behind.
Yeah. Talking about getting behind this particular cause, who were some of the other fashion icons that were involved?
Some of my favorites. Trevor Stearman, who is honestly one of my global favorites. Model powerhouses, Justine and Jodie Peterson, they look absolutely gorgeous. Poppy Carabo, Poppy, and then Lerato Kay.
Oh, fantastic. And all of them looking super stylish.
Yes, I know. I mean, Karab was one of my favorite artists. So, I mean, it was just such a good company of people to be in. And it's amazing to see people that have such an influence actually using it to try and change people's perception of actually getting out there and doing what needs to be done to change the situation on Earth.
Yeah. And like you said, I think a lot of people maybe think that this is mostly an Asian problem. Because we see
that's what you always see.
People in Asian countries wearing these kind of facial masks to prevent inhaling
And we don't want to get to that stage.
No, not
so
at all.
We need to stop it now.
But let's quickly put people into the picture of, you know, maybe in your research you found some examples of air pollution statistics or air pollution scenarios that are impacting South Africans.
Well, of course, your transport, agriculture is all going to have gas emissions. Household emissions is a really, really big issue, which is why it's important for us to also start consuming less. Because the more we are consuming, the more we are using, the more our landfills are being filled up, which is also creating this incredible amount of gas emission that we really need to cut down on.
Yeah, and if you haven't heard, I mean, there's a shocking statistic that says that 9 of the 10 people worldwide, 9 out of 10 people worldwide are breathing in polluted air. So it's been identified as one of our most pressing health issues.
It's like water. It shouldn't be a luxury. It's something that is a necessity and is a right. And clean air is fundamental in us being able to successfully continue our race. I mean, if we're not going to breathe, we're not going to be here.
Absolutely. So how do we then make a difference?
We make a difference with things like this by starting the conversation. You know, when you're chilling with your friends, start talking about climate issues, not just about what's happening on social media and on TV and stuff like that. You actually have to start going out there and getting involved. Like I said, consume less. Use less. Be conscious of what you are using and how you are getting rid of all of those products.
Yeah. And how do you suggest that others then out there become part of this meaningful conversation, hopefully with the intent of, you know, after becoming part of the conversation, you actually take action, because that's the most important thing.
No, definitely. Well, whatever, I found that you can have planting parties. I'm actually planning to have a planting party with my friends.
How does that work?
Well, basically, you'd go out and you'd plant trees.
So you bring your friends along. Hey guys, bring your boots.
Can't you remember
bring
when
your
we were
shears
in
and
school?
shovels.
Back in the day, we used to have Arbor Day, and then we
Yes,
used to go
yeah.
and plant trees. It's kind of the same sort of scenario, but you know, as adults, we can still go and do all these things that will actually have a good environmental impact. Companies and brands can do the exact same thing.
Wow.
Go out there, use it as initiatives to get your staff involved and get them, you know, interacting. Budweiser's created the hashtag Clear the Air. So get interactive, go and see what other people are doing, what you can do, research.
Yeah.
And find out what you as an individual in your own life can do just in a little way, just to sort of change the impact that it's having.
A planting party. I hope I get an invite from you. You've certainly planted a seed there.
You know.
But thank you very much to Tracy. It's been a very insightful platform, and I think a conversation as well, and creating and encouraging that meaningful conversation that we're talking about around how we can all work together to combat air pollution, and also to highlight the proactive steps Budweiser is taking globally to protect the environment with its sustainability goal to be running on 100% renewable energy by the year 2025. And you at home can also join in the conversation online with hashtag Clear the Air. While I get my mask on over here, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.